What's going on, everybody? It's the Erie Better Beer Bureau back at you with another review. I'm Dave.
Mark.
And I'm Maury. Today Mark was nice enough to bring over Flora from Farmstead out of Vermont. This one is the Blue Black, which is their Florence, their wheat saison. And this one's aged in oak barrels with blueberries and black currants. Not sure of the ABV on this one, but we're going to get into this and we'll let you know what we think. Oh yeah, smells nice.
Little tart, just a little touch of funk.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, right up front, I got kind of a berry note, and then immediately followed with this just a little bit of funk.
Yeah. My second whiff was the opposite. It was just a hint of berry, and then that signature like Farmstead yeast strain.
Yeah.
I mean, their yeast they use in all their farmhouse ales, I feel like is a pretty distinct smell.
It does smell tart, but barely.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There is not that kind of vinegar, lactic sourness going on here. It smells real soft and delicious.
And well, none of their saison, farmhouse ales are real like wild ales. They don't really make, in my opinion, like a wild ale. At least that I'm not aware of. But boy, their farmhouses are fantastic.
Yeah, it's like berries I'm getting. I mean, I don't know. Getting the berries, but I don't know what a black currant smells like. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I almost get more of like a raspberry cherry note off of it, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe a blackberry.
Yeah, I get more like a blackberry, raspberry.
Definitely kind of has that kind of weedy, like almost like a honey kind of smell to it.
Well, like you said, Florence is their wheat farmhouse ale. Yeah, so... And it's so
But this isn't the one with honey. Anna's the one with honey, right?
Anna's the one with honey, yep.
Cheers.
Wow.
Nice. Wow, that's real nice.
Yeah, it's real good.
Little more tart than it smelled.
Yep.
You know?
And a more berry. In my opinion,
more berries
than it smelled.
Real dry finish. Boy, you can tell it's got that wheat body.
Yeah.
And she's dry on the back end. Got a nice dryness on the finish.
That's that wine barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Boy, this one's gonna go quick.
Yeah. No, it's great. Actually, this, now that we, kind of set it up with the whole talking about it during the aroma, this is one of the more tart Farmstead beers that I've ever had. I mean, it's not overly so, but it definitely, as far as the Farmstead saisons go, this one's got a little more, and it's probably due to that wine barrel. You know what I mean?
And I've had some of their blends, the Civil Disobedience. I've had a few of those. And those, I think when you get into the barrel-aged saisons, that's where the Farmstead brews start getting they up that tartness and even getting a little bit mildly sour.
And plus this has a year on it, just over a year, 2014.
Yeah, it's 2014. That's right.
Yep.
Forgot.
So it's definitely probably changed a little bit in the bottle.
Sure.
And maybe even their bottle conditions. So.
Well, it's a nice looking beer too. Beautiful color, nicely carbonated. Got that reddish pink color.
All right, for the Flora from Farmstead, I'm going to go ahead and give this beer a 4.5. It is absolutely delicious. The things that are keeping me from going up to that next level up, I'm a little above a 4.5, but like I could use just I'm getting the berry. But if I had a little bit more berry, no questions asked, I would be at 4.75. I could use a touch more fruit to help balance out the tartness. Like I said, I'm getting the fruit. It's a delicious beer, but I'm going 4.5.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to agree, 4.5. I was actually going back and forth between 4.5 and 7 and 4.75. Well, same thing with the fruit. I'm not even sure. Like I say, black currants, I can't tell. I couldn't tell if it was blueberries. But it's that fruity berry kind of flavor, which is very nice. It's got the nice fluffy mouthfeel from that wheat base.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect amount of tartness, not overly sour. Nicely carbonated, dry finish. I mean, it's touch more, fruit. What they say that's in there. Blueberries. I'd probably knock it up to 4.75. So 4.5.
I'm going to round up to 4.75 because I'm in a similar boat. I'm between those scores, but I'm a little more towards the 4.75 end. And I think that, first of all, blueberry in a beer is hard to pull off.
Well,
And-
actually, it's blackberry.
or
and black.
blackberry, my bad, yeah. So, but blackberry even versus say like something stronger like a raspberry, I think is a little tougher to pull off.
Sure.
And I find
black
that
currants are pretty mellow.
are pretty mellow too.
Right.
So for that, I feel like there's an appropriate amount of berry flavor. Could there be more? Yeah. But here's the thing: what I love about the way it is that the tartness from the yeast strains and the wine barrel character and the berry are all right now for me like perfect balance. Like one is not dominant over the other, and I
Right.
think if there was more fruit in it for me, I think the fruit would kind of take over some of the other nuances in it. For that reason is why I kind of rounded up to 4.75 because I think everything else is like perfect. Mouth feels perfect. Carbonation's perfect.
Yes, carbonation is spot on.
You know, and it's just such a complex, just great beer, and you can tell it was, you know, some handcrafting on this one. So yeah.
And Mark, thank you for sharing this.
Thank you,
with us.
sir. Yep.
Till next time.
Cheers.
I think it's blueberries, not blackberries.
No, it's blackberry beer. Right?
It says blue and black.
Yeah, black currants and it says blue, so I'm thinking.
Oh.
I can't read it. I could be wrong. I thought it was blueberries.
Oh. Yes, it is blueberries. So I screwed up, folks.
Disclaimer at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah, there you go.
Rather than editing this section.
Yeah.
No, feel free to edit this in too. In the
Yeah.
Just overdub when you say blue and black.
nice going, Maury.
First time I'm wrong in 2016.
Yeah, it's only January though. So.